In this video, I am going to give you some practical tips, practical tools, some do's and don'ts when supporting a grieving loved one. Now, when I'm talking about this specific do's and don'ts, I'm talking about those individuals who have lost a loved one who has passed away. Now, there's different tools, different things that we do and say for somebody who has lost a job, or they've moved country, or they've gone through a divorce. But this is specifically for supporting your loved one who has lost a loved one through death. Okay, so some of the do's and some of the don'ts. I'm going to start with the don'ts first, and then we're going to go on to the do's. When somebody has lost a loved one, do not say they're in a better place. Do not say time heals all wounds. Do not say they wouldn't want you to cry. Do not say these things, because these placations do not help the griever. It is more harmful for them, because the better place is right here with that griever. They want the person there. And when we say, don't cry, they wouldn't want you to feel that way, that just invalidates their feelings of significant loss. So I understand that we want our loved one not to hurt, but the reality is they do. So what do we do instead? What do you say instead? Now, depending on the relationship, of course, it depends on how close you are. If you are extremely close to this person, you would go to their house, right? You would sit with them. You would let them cry. You would feed them. You would do anything you can to be present physically with them. But sometimes that's not always the case. One, you may live in a different part of the country. You may live far away, or you may not be as close in the relationship, but you want them to know that you are there for them. Here is what you do. Every time you message to check in with them, you start out with, you do not need to reply. And then you can go on to, I love you, I'm supporting you, I'm here for you, anything you need, however you feel that you want to follow up. The reason for that is the person who is grieving in the depths of their grief, they have what's called grief fog or grief brain. They also don't need the pressure of responding. They have a lot of things going on. And hopefully they have a lot of messages from their loved ones because people care. But that just alleviates and takes the pressure. We don't want them to feel guilty for not responding. Some of the other things I would say the don't avoid. Now, as a person who has lost several loved ones, as well as being a grief coach and a grief educator, one of the many things that people tell me on repeat is how many friends they lost or how many people avoided them because they were grieving. This by far is the most damaging thing that you can do. And I understand sometimes someone else's loss triggers things in us. It also, we're uncomfortable with the emotion of grief. We don't know what to say, so we don't say anything at all. Remember, this may sound harsh, but remember, this isn't about you. It is about them. They know their loved one has died. This isn't a surprise to them. So you bringing anything up or you talking to them about it isn't going to make them feel any worse. Okay. So that is just some of the do's and don'ts. The other thing I would say with the do part of it, think about what you do on a daily basis. Okay, think about the things you do on a daily basis. You get up, you clean, you walk the dogs. If you have children, you take them to school or you take them to their sporting events, or you have to go grocery shopping. These things that you would normally do on a daily basis that has literal no thinking. This to somebody who is in the acute grief is overwhelming. So, can you get some meals together? Get some friends together, make meals and bring them over so they don't have to think about cooking. Maybe you can order some food and have it delivered to them. Go grocery shopping for them. Do their laundry, clean their house. These things, they'll say, no, 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 no. Just do it. Do it regardless of what they say, because that is something that they will need. Anything. So that is another practical tools that you can do for somebody to alleviate some of the pressure. Now, if that is something and you want to do a bit more information, that's something that you're interested in, I have a free download on my website, www.holisticlifecoaching.org.uk. There's a free guide. It goes more in depth into some of the do's and don'ts, what is some of the different types of loss, and as well as grounding techniques for you as you support a grieving loved one. If this is some information that you are interested in, please go to my website. If you like this video, please make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you at the next video.